So in terms of comparison against diesel, aluminum produces twice as much energy per given volume, and about 10% less per given weight. So, and the other thing that I think is interesting to note is that it can be stored outside in the elements without worrying about environmental contamination, right? So people always worry about leaking diesel tanks. They worry about keeping the diesel fuel fresh and having to refresh it every year. Those problems don't exist with aluminum as a feedstock. Um, Also, on the construction industry, they're interested in aluminum as an energy source because of reduced noise emissions and reduced particulate emissions. Right, there's almost no noise emissions because the chemical reactor and the hydrogen fuel cell are nearly quiet, um, and there are no particulate emissions either. So, from both an EPA standpoint and a backup energy stockpiling standpoint, aluminum provides significant benefits compared to petroleum. And as long as you're looking, it's challenging for us for a new energy technology to compete against electricity and diesel that hasn't had over 100 years to climb down the cost curve. But if you're using it as a backup power source, it can provide significant benefits um, uh, at a comparable or competitive price compared to petroleum. So you'd asked about backup power. What were the other two questions? You talked about fleets. So we are working on the robotic refueler, the system that self-pressurizes the hydrogen to 5,000 psi or higher. Our initial target is for drones, but we have been talking to various manufacturers of construction equipment who are looking to reduce the noise emissions and pollution emissions of their vehicles. I would imagine that the same would be true for aviation, ground fleets. I don't know what the status is in terms of those manufacturers providing battery electric or hydrogen electric variants, um, but those are different options. I think those are two of your questions. What was the third one that I missed?
Using aluminum fueled hydrogen as a replacement for solar power our aircraft, our building terminals. So is it a viable replacement for our existing solar?
Yes, in the sense that right, you can produce aluminum-based energy at any time, right? You don't need to depend on the sun shining or the clouds being, you know, the sky being clear. Once you make the solar investment, electricity is effectively free, so it's hard to beat that. But if you're looking to expand your capacity or looking for energy that's available 24/7, it's definitely provides benefits compared to solar in that regard.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that question.